Hi there. I thought I'd make a video about this DVR camera I got yesterday in the post. There's the brochure. It arrived in a package. Cost about $65 Australian, free post and packing. There's the package. A bit dented, and the box inside also a bit dented, but the actual camera inside it doesn't appear to be damaged. So the description on the eBay advert was basically this, and it's only when looking at the rest of the box that wasn't in the advert that it's got F900 LHD, which I then looked up on YouTube to see if there's any more information about how the thing works. And it appears there's a DVR camera called DOD F900 LHD, but the genuine article is seems to retail about $250 US. So this is not a genuine DOD. But the purpose for which I bought it was just to have in the car, just recording the journey, mainly just so I could relive the road trip as much as anything else. So I wasn't interested in the photography side, the motion sensor side, anything else like that. So hopefully it'll just do the job I want, which is to run the video when I'm in the car. Now, in the box was the camera. It's already been unpacked and played with, but so there's the camera itself. Bit concerned there's no cover for the lens, but then you look at a smartphone, it's got a lens on the back, totally uncovered. That hasn't come to any harm. And I would think if I keep it in the supplied holder or folder, it should protect it from damage. So what else came in the box? The battery. I've actually got it inserted, so that just goes in the back of the camera here. Oops. That's the battery that came with it. Just pops in there. So hopefully that wouldn't need to be opened again. You can charge it off the mains at home. That's the charging cord that came with it. And quite usefully, I bought it Australian eBay, so it's got an Australian adapter plug. Go on there, so it just sticks in the wall, and the other end goes in one of the many outlets or inlets on this side. So that lifts up, and it's one of these swing doohickeys, so you can't lose it. So it's just attached by a small cord there, and that would go into the mini USB slot there, like that. I have to say, just on this point, the construct is, shall we say, to be polite, built to a price. So it all feels a bit light and slightly cheap, but as I say, as long as it functions, I'm not too concerned about that. This looks like metal, but I think it's plastic. I've also noticed, just while I'm on the subject, that there's a hole there for a camera tripod, which would be quite useful, but I don't know whether the camera actually rotates its view if you've got it inserted in a tripod there. Plus I've just tried it on the tripod, which has currently got the movie camera on at the moment, and of course the screw won't fit past this thing here. So if you're going to use it with the tripod, this needs to come off. I assume that's for the strap if you're carrying it around, but there's no strap with it. With the genuine DOD, I noticed there is a strap that comes with it, but there's nothing that comes with this one. And there's also a strap holder at that end too, so if that was taken off there wouldn't be too much of a loss as far as I can see. Anyway, back to what else came in the package. There's the charger, the manual, we'll go look at shortly. English, it's in English, and I don't know, I assume that's Chinese, but it might be Japanese, excuse my ignorance. And there's also in Russian, which goes along with the box, which is also Russian. And looking at the videos on YouTube of in-car videos, they seem to be very popular in Russia. For me, the writing's a bit small, so I'll need to change spectacles to read it. It's reasonably explicit. I mean, I've been through the setup process, and there's a few spelling errors, there's a few strange phrases, but nothing that is not understandable. So yeah, that's the book of words. There's an HDMI cable that comes with it to plug into the bottom here, and also into the back of the TV. I have tried this cable and it does work, so I'm quite happy with that. Although that's probably not going to be my mode of showing any videos. There's the old style, what they're called, jacks. So one into the camera, and the three out. So the VGA cable, I can't remember what it's called now. The car charger, that's got quite a handy long lead to it. So one thing I did think of as I was playing with it, got the screens on this side, that comes out, so it's designed to be used in a left-handed car with the steering wheels on the left-hand side, but I'm in a country where the steering wheel's on the right-hand side, so the screen is going to be away from me. So I'll probably need a bit of long cable to have this set up on the windscreen properly, be able to see the video screen. Back to the accessories. Connection cable, mini USB to go to the computer, and also there's the holder for the camera, or the camera mount for the windscreen. And again, it's very sort of plasticky, but so it would go like that, but that works fine, so there you go. This bit here, which is the cradle that holds the camera, is sort of the decision to make whether have that permanently attached to the camera or have that permanently attached to the holder. But the way this is constructed, it's sort of down push, but it goes through a raised part in here, so it takes a wee bit of force to get it on, so I'll probably leave it on there and just clip it onto the camera as and when I need it, if I can work out which way up it's supposed to go. So it'll be on that side. And there are, oops, yeah, there you go. So you see the little indents there and there, just to hold the camera, and there's also raised parts there, just to hold it in place. So that does feel quite secure. That's not going to go anywhere. It's good. And it does seem to slip in and slip out quite easily. And these are rigid, so it should continue working over time. The camera, I bought an SDHC card. Doesn't come with it, that's separate. That was about $25 Australian on the on eBay, and it's a Toshiba, claims to be a Toshiba, but it specifies SDHC class 4, so I didn't really want to get anything outside what was suggested with the camera. And the max it will take is 32 gig, so I thought, well, I might as well go for broke and get the largest size possible. Now the camera itself, once the battery is inserted, I say you can charge it up using the charger. All the works are actually inside this here. It's a flip. If I come round, this flips open, and you should be able to see the screen. Now it's not plugged in at the moment, so it doesn't start automatically recording. If it's plugged in, it appears to start automatically recording as soon as it's opened, and it will stop recording when it's closed. You can just hear the sound, and the light indicator on top, just here, which you probably can't see. You just see that blue light there, so that's on, off, light goes out, and if I choose to record, I think the light changes colour. Now the buttons here, you may not be able to read them, but the sort of menu, can't read the other one from here, play back, record, I think it's that one on the end. So you can just touch that button there. I think the light might change colour. No, I'm wrong. But you have got a flashing red light there to show it's recording. I just touch again to stop recording, or I can probably just close the lens and it stops recording. Open it again, it's not recording. Okay, and the menu button should take you to the menus. You can change resolution, loop recording, motion detection, date stamp, and there's a toggle switch just beyond that, which toggles down through the options. So that's reasonably intuitive. You sort of press it once to enter the option, and then you can scroll through. I've actually got it on 720 because that gives widescreen, and if I'm going to transfer these, it will be to YouTube. We only need 720, and of course 720 you're going to get more footage than if you're doing it 1080. Loop recording. I was a bit intrigued by this, but on another YouTube video explaining the loop recording, it actually records in chunks. So you can have a 3-minute chunk of film, a 5-minute chunk, a 10-minute chunk, and that's all the options there are, or continuous recording. And it just comes down to when looking at what's been taken. So if you're on a 2-hour journey, you've got 2 hours of film, probably easier to have it say in 5-minute chunks, and then you can just jump through the different chunks, and bits you don't want you can cut out and so on. So I'll actually set it to 5 minutes. Motion detection, that can be on or off, so you can use it in the house as a motion detector camera. But I don't think I would, because if the house gets burgled, the first thing I'm going to take is probably the motion detecting camera. But there you Date stamp. This is highly changeable to DDMMYY format and put into today's date and so on and so forth. I'll click on menu again. You're back to there. And there's the other options. Oh, sorry, date stamp is, do you want the date stamp shown or not? It's on this section. Set the date and time. Auto power off. Beep sound. What language you want. Oops. Frequency, that's 50 or 60 hertz. That depends what TV you're using. TV mode, are you PAL or NTSC? Default setting and the software version. And that's the lot. So click menu again. I'm back to the picture. So it's a fairly simple camera to operate. It does have a zoom feature, 4 times zoom, but it's digital zoom, so it starts looking very pixelated very quickly. So that probably won't get used either. I haven't actually taken it out in the car yet, so I'll probably give it a run sometime today. But anyway, that's the beast. And if I shoot some film, I'll tag it on the end or set up a separate video just to check the quality of it. Thanks.